Hello, and happy Monday. It is August 1st. Can't believe it. It's already August 1st. And so, welcome back to another edition of Astrology After Dark. And so, today we're going to be talking about your Mars sign and what that means as far as your desire, your energy, your action, and your courage. All righty. And so this episode was prompted by the uh, conjunction, the Uranus North Node and Mars conjunction at 18 degrees of Taurus. And so we're going to be talking about, because Mars added into the mix today. And so we're going to be talking about what does the planet Mars mean? If you have been feeling stuck or stagnant in your life or in your business, look to your Mars sign to figure out where to get that boost of energy to make some changes to pursue things in your life. All right. And so, if you are new to me, to my page, to my channel, to the stream, my name is Katrice. I am the Natal Chart Navigator, and I help open minded individuals to navigate and transform their lives using their astrology, natal chart, and their numerology. All right, so let's jump right in it. So, the planet Mars, what does the planet Mars, what does that signify? So, Mars rules aggression, physicality, energy, courage, action, desire, anger, and yes, it also rules sex. And so, the red planet's characterization in your birth chart, it speaks to the way in which you approach all of these life. Okay. So knowing not only the sign that your Mars is in, but also the house and the degree, and also the relationship to other planets and points in your chart. Okay. And those are called aspects. Um, which that you can learn from, an astrologer, me. It offers you valuable intel on your inner drive, the things that make you angry, your instincts, the way you exert your energy, and how you express your enthusiasm. And it also influences what you're attracted to physically, be it particular body type or sex play, and how you are after you get what it is that you desire. Okay. Now, if you would like to know your personal Mars, okay, what your Mars is and the interpretation of that, you can send $10 to my Cash App, Katrice23. And I also will need your time of birth, your date of birth. Well, time of birth, I might not need. Time of birth is for the house to know what house it's in, but date of birth and place of birth in order to pull. In order to pull the sign, I'm also going to be pulling up some charts, looking at some charts, and kind of going through their Mars sign so that you can see, what it is. So, um, jumping right into it. And I was late tonight, guys, because it's raining really hard here where I am in Central Florida. And so our internet went out for a minute, so I had to wait till the internet came back on. Okay. So now Mars, like I said, is the planet of action and aggression. Okay. And so Mars is the ruler of Aries. Okay. So if you are an Aries sun sign, or you have any Aries placement, Mars is the ruler of that sign. Okay. And so if your Mars is in a fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay. And so if your Mars is in a fire sign, you are especially motivated and action oriented. Okay. You are more apt to take steps to get what you want versus waiting around passively, and you do it very passionately. Okay. Um, and so if your Mars is in Aries, okay, it is the ruler of Aries. Okay. The sign of the ram um, is one of two signs that Mars rules. So Mars also rules Scorpio. It is traditional ruler of Scorpio, and so it's very comfortable in Scorpio. Okay, and so Mars has a go getter vibe. Okay, Mars and has a go getter vibe. Okay, and so you're going to be a go getter. You're not going to be somebody that just sits around and waits for somebody to do something for you. You're going to get up and you're going to go and you're going to take action. Okay, Aries is a cardinal sign. Okay, meaning cardinal signs mean that they start the season. Okay, so it is the start of spring. Okay. And so you tend to take action in a blazingly impulsive, excitable way. Okay. Your anger could bubble up quickly, and you have no interest in brushing off anything that upsets you. Okay. You want to handle it ASAP. You want to get it out. You want to say how you feel and be done with it. Okay. And so when it comes to you going after your greatest desires, you do so in a very driven, even competitive way. Okay. Now, when you're talking about sex, okay, because Mars does rule sex, so your sex drive is probably high, but you're probably not the biggest fan of foreplay. You want to get right down to it. You know what I'm saying? Get into the act of it, and with the same pace that you tackle everything, which is fast. Aries Mars does nothing slow at all. Okay. And so if you are a Leo, if your Mars is in Leo, and if you're just jumping on, if you want to know what your personal Mars is, you can send me $10 to my Cash App, Katrice 23, and I also need your place of birth and your time of birth. And so now, if you were born with Mars in Leo, Leo is a fixed energy. Okay, comes in the middle of a season. We're in Leo season now. Okay, and so if you're born with Mars in Leo, you're optimistic. You're a very optimistic person. Okay, and you're charismatic. You're driven, and you're a passionate go getter who believes they have everything they need inside of them to make their dreams come true. Okay. You can't help it if at all you would just let things happen. You're not about letting things happen either, because you are a fire sign. Fire signs are all about action. Okay. And so you go after what you want, whether it's professionally, fitness, sexually, and you want to also maintain control of all the moving parts. Okay. Um, you you are driven to create, to make your mark, to express yourself, and to be seen. Now, when it comes to intimacy, to sexual intimacy, you're playful, direct, and prefer romance and luxury to be a part of the package. Okay, so if you have a Leo Mars, okay, you want it to be all fancy and nice and luxurious before you do the do. All right. And so now for Sagittarius, this is my Mars sign. Okay. And Sagittarius is a mutable energy. Mutable energies, they end the season. Okay. And so you're jovial, you're free spirited, and you love soaking up knowledge at every turn. Okay. Sagittarius is all about the higher learning, and so you love learning. Okay, and when you set goals, it's go big or go home. Okay, you're stimulated by long distance travel, learning opportunities, anything exotic, and you keep an eye opening experience that requires you to get out of your comfort zone, which is something that is not an issue for Sagittarius energy. So if you have a Sagittarius Mars, stepping outside of your comfort zone is not an issue. One thing about Sagittarius Mars: patience is not a virtue. Not patient at all. Like, you want it now. You don't want to wait. You want it right now. Okay. Now, when you get angry, you get restless, you prefer to just leave and go off to a distant location rather than have some type of heavy, emotional, frustrating confrontation. Okay. But if you do butt heads with somebody, you do it in a philosophical, flavorful way. Um, you are very blunt. Okay, very blunt, unfiltered opinions, and you just say what it is, and that's it. And if it hurts your feelings, the feelings just be hurt. Now, when it comes to the sheets, you're passionate and present. Want to feel like you're soaking up knowledge. Okay. And you also may be entertaining. Okay. You may be into tantric sex or aromatherapy. Okay. And so those are the fire signs. Now, if your Mars is an earth signs are grounded, pragmatic, and they prefer to move kind of slowly. Okay. And so if your Mars is in Taurus, okay, Taurus is an earth sign. And right now, Mars is in conjunct 18 degrees in Taurus with Uranus and the North Node. Okay. Having your sign in Mars, in having your Mars in Taurus, you're down to earth and you're luxury loving, okay? And you take everything one step at a time. You're not in a rush to do anything. You're very central, and you prefer, when it comes to, the act, you prefer to take your time and be very sensual, okay? You're very calm and steady, and it takes a lot for you to get angry, okay? But once you are, you have the tendency to dig your heels in and make sure you fully address whatever has pissed you off. And you will be this way when it comes to pursuing your goals, okay? You move kind of slow, you move slow, steady pace. But once you really get the pace going, you dig your heels in and you just go all out, okay? You don't see your issue with needing to rush to take you're okay with taking your time. Now, if you have a Virgo Mars, Virgo is the second sign. It's a mutable energy, okay? And so if your Mars is in Virgo, you're analytical, and you take action in a service oriented, research savvy way. Okay. You feel most effective and you feel most effective and like you're on track when you are truly helping and proving yourself to others. Okay. You enjoy getting into organizing and planning and tracking goals. And because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, language and communication are interwoven with your basic energy and how you take action. You are pragmatic, and you tend to want to stick with being pragmatic over passionate displays of anger. But if you are irritated, it comes out in the form of cutting criticisms. Okay. If you know somebody with a Virgo Mars, if like they can criticize you so bad it will hurt your feelings and make you cry. Okay. um, and now when it comes in between the sheets, you're thoughtful, potentially in your head at times because you may not feel like, you're doing, the do right. But you're interested in pleasing your partner just as much as you being pleased. And then moving on to Capricorn, the last um, earth sign. And so if you have your Mars in Capricorn. Capricorn is a slow, steady, and industrious. That's how you exert your energy. Capricorn does not do anything fast as well. None of the earth signs really move fast. They take it kind of slow. Okay. Um, Extremely driven, but expresses it in a way that comes off as cool, calm, collected, and in control. Okay. And that's what you aim to show. Okay. And so Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn makes you very, very focused on achievement and recognition. And that expressing your anger, it makes you feel unproductive. So instead of you expressing it towards others, you kind of just funnel it back into your work. And it's like, okay, I'll show you by becoming even more. I'll achieve even more. Okay. Now, sexually, you're attentive and you're practical who aims to please your partner. You might also find it fun to experiment with power play. So you might want to do like little role reversals and, have like little power struggles, with your partner, which can be kind of, you know. And so if your Mars is in an air sign, okay, your approach is mentally charged, friendly, and potentially, you're kind of standoffish, okay. And so if you have your Mars in Gemini, okay, Gemini is the first air sign of the zodiac, and so Um, you are your proficiency with language and communication comes through in how you take action, okay, and get aggressive. You have the ability to talk your way into any job opportunity, to use your words as weapons, and express how passionate you are by talking about it very animatedly. I know somebody with a Gemini Mars, and they are the most animated person. They are so funny to do. Your energy can be a bit frantic and airy. So you may be a little scattered and bored because Gemini energy gets bored really, really quickly. So if your Mars is in Gemini, you have got to constantly be moving. You've constantly be doing something. You got to constantly stay, stimulated, right? Because if not, you get bored very, very quickly. Okay. And so in between the sheets, okay, you maybe you adore dirty talk, making sexy noises, and discussing your fantasies. You also like to switch things up as much as possible and experimenting with everything from positions to locations to toys. So you are very experimental in the sheets. And then moving on to Libra Mars. Okay. Libra Mars, this is a cardinal air sign and it's known for being diplomatic and beauty loving. And you might actually struggle with being passive aggressive. And it's not going to be a struggle. Most people that I know that have Mars in Libra are very passive aggressive. And you prefer to prioritize balance and peacefulness and fairness above all else over aggression and anger, okay, which can come at the expense of you really expressing how you truly feel, okay. You could be driven to channel your energy and fiery feelings towards fighting for justice and equality. And you prefer sex to be romantic, lighthearted, and sweet. You're more apt to be turned on by a heartfelt love letter or posh dinner date versus raunchy, text or pictures. Okay, because Mars in Libra loves balance and beauty and all things that's sweet. And then the last air sign is Aquarius, Mars, and if you were born with Mars in the futuristic fixed air sign of Aquarius, you're motivated by humanitarian, progressive, individualistic, and community oriented causes and endeavors. Now, because Aquarius is ruled by quirky Uranus, you set goals that might be perceived as offbeat or eccentric, okay? And then get after them in a similarly unconventional way. You thrive on being different and opposing the mainstream to the point that you can be super contrarian, particularly when you're angry, and get into a debate for the sole purpose of just disproving somebody else wrong. Okay. When it comes to your sexuality, you could be one of those friends with benefits. Aquarius is a very detached energy. And so friends with benefits and Aquarius are like two peas in a pod. You're interested in connecting with a partner in a way that's uniquely quirky, yet undeniably your own. Okay. And then last but not least is our water signs. And so you have Cancer, Mars. Okay. Mars is not. Mars does not like being in Cancer. It is in fall in this placement. And so if in Leo, in Libra, it's in detriment. And so if you're born with Mars in the sentimental cardinal water sign of Cancer, you tend to process your anger by swimming in the emotions that it is rooted in. Okay. And so anger for you is really just a fiery expression of sadness. And that's something you seem to understand innately. Okay. You're energized by caregiving, fired up to nurture just about anyone and anything. And creating a sense of security is a must for you before you can move forward and achieve your goals. Okay. So if you don't feel secure, you're not going to move forward with anything. Okay. This also applies to your sex life as well. And if you're not feeling emotionally connected to your partner, you're just not going to be satisfied physically. You have to have that emotional connection. Now, Scorpio Mars, okay? Scorpio is a fixed water sign, okay? And it is this um, sign is also ruled by Mars. Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio, and Pluto is the modern ruler. Okay, and so Mars is very comfortable in Scorpio. Okay, and so you are also innately centered when it comes to Pluto to Mars themes. Okay, you move through life with an intensity, strategizing and steering towards your goals with razor focus on what you want. And it's usually power, okay? Because Mars also, is about power. Um, and so if you're angry, you'll ice your opponent out and play mind games with them versus blowing up. Okay. You prefer to prove that you have the upper hand in a cool and controlled way. Okay. And when it comes to sex, it doesn't feel all encompassing. If it doesn't feel all encompassing and bring you closer to your partner through the act, you'll struggle to stay engaged and invested. Okay. And then the last sign is Pisces. Okay. And so if your Mars is in the romantic mutable water sign of Pisces, you tend to sit back and see what direction life flows in, preferring to sit in the moment and dream about your goals. Okay. Your energy is extremely empathic, intuitive, and you could have a bit of psychic ability here with your Mars in Pisces, and you could channel your gifts as a healer into your work. So people who have their Mars in Pisces um, tend to be, because Pisces is a very empathic, a very spiritual sign, very, very, very intuitive. And so they tend to be healers or work in some type of spiritual capacity. Um, and so anger can be painful for you to work through because you realize just how rooted it is in your emotional womb. Okay. Because you are very connected to your emotions with Pisces. But dealing with your anger is essential to preempting it from getting internalized and morphing into sadness or depression. Okay. And having the planet of sex in the sign of Pisces means that you are spiritual minded in bed, aiming to pull romance, magic, poetry, and pure love into the act of love making. Okay. And so I do want to show a few charts tonight because not only where your sign is, you know, not only what your Mars sign is, but the house that it is in also plays a really big part in what, how you express your energy. Okay. So I hope you can see this. Yeah, it says you can. Okay. So here we go. So this is my chart. I put right here. This sign right here is Mars. Okay. And so my Mars is in the fifth house. It's on the Sagittarius, and it's in the fifth house. Okay. Fifth house talks about creativity. It talks about children. It talks about romance and casual sex and joy and all of the things. This is like the happy house. Okay. And so as you can see, I have quite a few. I have Uranus, Mars, the moon, and then Neptune, all here in the sign of Sagittarius in the fifth house. Okay. And so when I express I have to be creative. So when I am looking to do something, I have to say, okay, how can I be creative with what I'm doing, but also not just creative? How can I have, fun with it because it's in the fifth house. So fun is a prerequisite for me. If it's not fun, I ain't doing it. I'm just not gonna do it. So how can it be fun for me, and also um how can I teach somebody? Can I have fun, but can I like level them up? Can I teach them something? You know what I'm saying? Like if like what I'm doing right now. um I'm teaching people about astrology. I'm teaching them about, the energies that are inside them and how they can use those energies to level up their life. And I do it in a fun way, right? And so for me, that's me expressing my Mars sign, right? So what time it is? Okay. Okay. So let me show one more, and then I'm gonna jump off because it's a little late. And while that's on my floor tree, it's getting late. Just about to do my hair when I said that. All right. So I'll show this one here. So this next one is going to be in this will be in Capricorn. Okay. So you can see Earth. See Earth. Okay. So this one here, this is Mars here. Okay. And it is conjunct Mercury. Okay. Mercury in Capricorn. Mercury in Capricorn is a very pragmatic energy. It's a very systematic thought process, and it takes things kind of literally. So six is all about your job, like what you actually do on a day-to-day basis to make money, your actual routines, your and your health. Okay, it is the house, also the house of health. Okay, and so when you have Mars in Capricorn, Mars does things like kind of systematically, because Capricorn is a very, it's not really say systematically, but it's focused on achievement. So Mars here is not going to do anything. It's not going to get them to their ultimate goal. Okay, Capricorn is all about status. It's all about achievement. Very, very, very focused on that, and monetarily focused on, because Capricorn be about their money. Capricorn don't play when it comes to their money. And so having your Mars in the sixth house in Capricorn, you are focused on your money. And whatever you do, your day-to-day routine, it's going to be very focused on getting you to your ultimate goal, whatever that goal is. So if your goal is to get healthy, to eat better, you're going to be very focused, and you're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything that is going to deter you from your goal. I don't care if you're sick. I don't care what goes on. Every day, you're going to get up and you're going to put action and focus into achievement, goal achievement. Okay, so that's what you have in your Mars here in the sixth house. Okay, very, 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 very. And this is Earth. This is a material house. So having Capricorn in a material house makes it even stronger. And that's why I said the placement matters. Because in the last chart I showed you, Mars was in, this is the fun house, right? And so having Mars in the fun house, um, when in fire energy, you do things from a fun, happy-go-lucky way, right? If the Mars was here, fourth house, okay, fourth house is more about the home and the emotions, the ancestors. And so if Mars was here in the fourth house, then your actions would be, if it would have to you know give you some type of a goal. It has to be bettering the family, the home. It has to, it's all about making sure that home, making sure that your roots are, that's what's going to fuel your energy. That's what's going to push you to go and do. Okay, so sign is how the energy is expressed. Okay, and then house placement. So house placement is how you take the action. Okay, and then sign how it's expressed. Okay, so here, house, daily work routine, you're going to be all about, because it's here in the sixth house, it's all about your work routine. And then the sign is how it's expressed. And so with Capricorn being very goal oriented, you're going to be a very, very focused on daily routine. Now, if Sagittarius was here in the sixth house, your work routine, you may be a little kind of all over the place. You wouldn't be as focused and goal oriented if Sagittarius was here on the sixth house. Okay. All righty. So that is that. Um, Let me get back here. Okay. All righty. So that is tonight's episode. I hope you found value in tonight's episode. If you did, please do go ahead, share it out if you are watching this on Facebook. And if you are watching this on YouTube and you found value, go ahead and click the like button. It helps with the algorithm. And also subscribe. Uh, if you feel led to go ahead and hit subscribes and click the bell so that you get notifications every time I do go live or upload a new video to the channel. And now, if August 1st, we have this major conjunction in Taurus, and Taurus is all about the material, it's all about your money, it's all about your material possessions. And so, if you're feeling led to wanting to know how can I better how can I change my material, my circumstances? If your material possessions are not what you want, if you're not making the money that you want, if you don't have the career that you want, or you're just feeling stuck and stagnant and just like, I don't know what's going on with my life, you can go ahead and book a natal chart reading with me, either general or career reading with me. And all the information is here in the chat here, so you can see all the information. You can, if you're watching this on Facebook, you can DM me or you can comment here on the live, or you can if you're watching this on YouTube, you can email me at Katrice at thenatalchartnavigator.com to book your reading. Let me know which one you want. It's a 48-hour turnaround to receive the recorded reading, and it does come with a life path interpretation PDF, and you also do get a 30-minute session after I deliver the reading. You can book that for any questions or clarification that you may have or need. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Take care and God bless. And remember that possibilities are endless. And if you can see it in your mind and you can hold it in your hand, and that right there ought to make you smile.